Stay tuned after this program for some exciting retail offers on products seen in the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders country western workout video.
Previously on VCR Party Live.
So a few weeks ago, it was Steve's birthday, and we all completely forgot about it. I think that maybe on our text thread, somebody was like, "Hey, happy birthday, Steve," and I even forgot to say happy birthday on the text thread. I had an idea because Steve, your big thing's French, and you love French kissing, right?
You know me.
Yeah. And so I thought I would call up French's Mustard to have French's wish you a happy belated birthday. All right, so here's my phone call to McCormick's, who owns French's, to have them wish Steve a happy belated birthday.
Thank you for calling McCormick. My name is Eliza. Can I have your first name, please?
Yeah, my name is Joe, and I'm calling from a show called VCR Party. And I'm calling because 2 weeks ago, our director, Steve, he had a birthday, and we completely forgot about it, and I feel kind of bad about it. And he loves Frenching. So I'm wondering if it'd be possible for you to say something like, just like a belated birthday greeting on the behalf of French's, saying like, happy belated birthday, Steve, from all of us at French's. We hope you have lots of great French's with your new age, or something like that.
I mean, I can definitely find out for you right now.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm just going to place you on a brief hold, okay?
Cool, thank you.
No problem.
Can I wish Steve a happy birthday? He loves Frenching.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding. So we would be happy to wish him a happy birthday. However, I did go ahead and reach out to how we could go about doing that. And they actually said that we go about doing things like that over email. So we can definitely go ahead and send him a birthday email if you'd like.
Okay, but you couldn't just say happy belated birthday, Steve, from all of us at French's?
No, I cannot.
Shoot. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll take the email.
Sure.
So,
okay. There we go.
But I was upset for a couple reasons here. First of all, they said happy birthday. They didn't say happy belated birthday. And sometimes whenever I make these phone calls, I'll call again because they have so many, the customer service, you always get a different person. And so I was like, I'm going to try it again and just try to get maybe an actual person saying happy belated birthday to Steve. So I called McCormick's back again.
Thank you for calling McCormick. Can I have your first name, please?
Yeah, my name is Joe, and I'm calling from a show called VCR Party 2 weeks ago, and we completely missed it. And so I wanted to wish happy belated birthday, Steve, from all of us at French's. We hope you have lots of great French's with your new age, or something like that. So I'm wondering, would it be possible for you to do that?
I actually just spoke with you, Joe, and I just sent you an email.
Oh. You're the only one who answers phones there, huh?
Well, we have several consumer affairs agents, but I mean, it's always going to be the same information that we give.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, for the email, is it possible for you to add belated birthday to it?
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay.
Oh, this poor woman.
Cool. Well, thank you, and sorry that you had to listen to the spiel again.
No, completely fine. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
A little more Kurt.
There it is.
A little more Kurt. Oh, good. Woo.
There.
Did it.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer coming on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants, Nick and Joe, must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Hello, Melinda's. Here we are, VCR Party time, Tuesday night. The boys are back in town. We're watching VHS tapes. We got over 13,000 of them. We're trying to watch all of them. I'm Joe. There's Nick. There's Steve. There's George. Gang's all here. We just got back from VHS Fest 8. We got a whole bunch of new tapes. Oh, this show, we have a special guest today, too. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Tami Stronach is here. She was the Childlike Empress in the NeverEnding Story.
why is she on the show? She's got a new movie out. That's another fantasy film with a lot of 80s connections. This is Tami. She had to cry in this movie. Like, you remember? Like, she was like, say my name. Like, she had to really act. She was like 10 or 11. So
why was she called the Childlike Empress? Like, why not the Child Empress? Because she was actually a child, right?
Well, I don't think she'd have constitutional powers if she was an actual child. There'd be like somebody standing in making decisions. Here, she's childlike and she commands a great region. This is just
maybe she was older, but she had a childlike appearance. These are all questions for Tami.
Right.
But not only that, we have another important debut. Steve went through the original footage from when we were shooting the movie Chop and Steal about, the filmmakers followed us around while we were doing news appearances. And we did one that never made it to air, but we have hidden camera footage of it. We had Priest, one of the camera people, was there with a little hidden camera in a suitcase. And he got the footage that never aired and it's never been seen anywhere. But Steve, you went through it and you thought it was worth cutting something together, right?
Oh, 100%. And there is a lot of little Easter eggs in it for the people who watch VCR Party or the fans of the Found Footage Festival. So
I've never seen it. The only footage I've seen from it was in Chop and Steal, and that was like 2 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this was more, and I don't remember half the things we said in it, but I saw a little sneak peek. And I can't believe we did some of the stuff that we did in this appearance. So stay tuned. We'll show that after Tami comes on. Yeah.
But first, let's get into a Found Footage Festival classic.
Hey.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Well, two big losses from the VHS community. One, Richard Simmons, which, has made dozens and dozens of exercise videos, Sweating to the Oldies, the Cruise to Lose videos. We've got them all. Silver Foxes with the celebrity parents we've shown. But in the tape trading days, there was, and the other loss was Dr. Ruth, who, was big in the VHS era as well. But Richard had a show from Los Angeles that got syndicated called The Richard Simmons Show. And in addition to doing exercises, there were little skits and sketches he would do. And, in the 90s and early 2000s, we would trade tapes and footage with other weirdos. And this, I think it was just like a minute of outtakes of Richard from The Richard Simmons Show that circulated amongst weirdos like us. I don't know that it's ever been seen by a lot of people. So here's a little remembrance of the real Richard Simmons.
There's no fucking music now.
Hey, how you doing, eh? My name is Louis Grigio. Fuck.
You think that looked like a good skit, Joe?
Yeah, I'm laughing already.
My name is Luigi Linguini.
Yeah, I bet it definitely didn't go on for too long.
No.
That's great. That was why don't you go jump over
And Jerry, get it up together in there in the booth.
Richard, have a little understanding.
No, he's up for an Emmy, honey. It's a one-take fucker.
I have a story about that. So I posted, when Richard died, I posted some of this footage on our social media. And he's talking about Jerry, who's the teleprompter guy. Jerry got in touch and said, oh, it's weird to see this footage of Richard referencing me winning an Emmy and all that stuff. So Jerry, the one who said it's a one-take fucker about, got in touch.
Oh, wow.
And, he was grateful this is out there.
Honey, it's a one-take fucker.
No, and now you tell me not to.
I'm telling you right now, you do this right. And just smile in front of the goddamn camera.
I think that's Richard's mom.
I think it is too. I'm pretty sure. It
looks like her in the Silver Foxes video. So I think that was kind of a funny relationship he had with his mom.
It's the best. Is anybody on the teleprompter? Fuck.
That's it. That's all we got.
One last F word.
Yeah. Just a great way to start a show with a children's actress. From a beloved children's film. But we had to pay respects to Richard Simmons, and I'm remembering him that way.
And that's the only way we know how.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of celebrities, let's get into some celebrity bullshit. Steve, you got the graphic?
Celebrity bullshit. Celebrity bullshit.
Okay, I got a weird one here for you. This is a UFO video. It's called Evidence, right? and it's pretty typical. It's like, you know, a lot of writing on the back, but there's a celebrity endorsement that I'm covering up that I was hoping the celebrity would be in the video as the host. He's not in the video, it turns out. But this is a well-known comedian from the 80s and 90s. We watched all of his movies. We saw him on TV all the time. Household name. He endorses this evidence video, and I was shocked to know that he's, you know, I guess in this community of UFO believers. Who do you think it is?
On the front?
Yeah. No, they're obsessed with this.
I'll say Geechee Guy.
I have no idea who Geechee Guy is. Who's that?
Were you living under a rock in the 80s? He was on every comedy, he was the comedian on every A&E's Evening at the Improv. And he was.
Did you hear I said household name?
I think Geechee Guy is a household name.
Geechee Guy is not a house. Steve, is Geechee Guy a household name?
One Star Search. You tell me.
In the Guy household, he is.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Christopher Hewitt, TV's Mr. Belvedere.
Okay, good guess. Steve?
I'm going to go with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, okay. All right. Here it is. I'm just going to play this clip from evidence, and then we'll I'll show it to you.
And you'll review it is Geechee Guy.
Yep. It is Geechee Guy.
I think
just Lady Smith Black Mambazo doing the intro.
Who is it?
It sounded like the Paul Simon Graceland.
Oh, did it?
Version, yeah.
You can tell the difference between when a disc is going behind this piece of wood and when it's going in front of it. That's in front, that is behind. This is not in front, this is behind. And that's exactly how they appear. Why couldn't Edgar Mitchell see this point?
Explain it, Nick. I know you're skeptical when it comes to a lot of this stuff, but please explain it to me. I'd love to hear your explanation.
But that wooden stick with the CD metaphor has got me flummoxed.
All right, listen here.
Perhaps it was because the great Egyptian god Anubis symbolizes...
And by the way, Anubis is not the celebrity here.
Anubis Wap.
Half man, half dog. God was said to be the god of the star system Sirius by the ancient Egyptians, because all of the founding fathers of the Constitution of the United States of America were highest degree Masons, and that the Washington monuments were all designed in the order of perfect architecture and masonry. This was no coincidence. Even the United States $1 bill, seen with the pyramid, with an eye hovering above it, was a symbol used by the ancient Egyptians for their chief god, Osiris, the husband to Isis, the gods of the Sirius star system.
Special thanks to, look, Mr. Dan Aykroyd.
Of course.
Is he a kook?
Yeah.
That? Oh, okay.
Crystal skull aliens and all that. Yeah.
And of course, Mean Gene Okerlund's brother, Steve.
Yep, Steve.
Mean Steve Okerlund.
Nice
Steve. That's right. So look at here's the quote he has on the back. He says, "The quality and volume of the evidence is irrefutable and undeniable. Further, it prepares us for perhaps the most vital revelation which will be unveiled to us in the new millennium, that we are far from alone in the multiverse." Dan Aykroyd.
Well, underscore Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Funny man Dan Aykroyd is into UFOs. I had no idea.
Right from We Are the World to the UFO.
Using We Are the World. Yeah.
And you saw him hovering in the background, because he was actually behind LaToya Jackson, not in front of.
Right.
So.
That's how you know that he was.
Do you think when he was making Ghostbusters, was he like, guys, this is no laughing matter?
He wrote all the. He did write all the like the ghost mythology about it. That was his beliefs, and so that's why it has like that. It sounds scientific because those are all things he believed.
Okay, all right. He's a kook. Who knew?
Yeah,
right. But makes me like him even more.
Yeah. Steve, are you a sellout today?
I am selling out. Thank you for asking. I am selling out to Jamie Vance. He is promoting ZPF, which is on Kickstarter now. It is here's the copy he gave me. Feed your Sega Genesis a new indie cartridge with ZPF, a heavy metal fantasy shooter live on Kickstarter now. If you have a lust for beautiful pixel art, chiptunes, and gameplay that blasts your senses, support the team and snag a copy of your own before time runs out. Just Google ZPF Kickstarter. No alien sympathizers, please. I went and checked it out. I mean, the graphics are cool. It does remind me. I don't know if either of you guys had a Sega Genesis back in the day, but
yeah,
it is super fun. This is one that I want. I have to figure out how to get a Genesis now, but it's really cool. And it's going to happen. They've got enough support.
They're funded.
Yeah, that this is going to happen. And there's a lot of different levels depending on what you want to donate. You are going to get. It does seem like you are going to get a.
I love the idea of making a new game for a defunct cartridge. I mean, you can get on the Raspberry Pi. You get all those like emulator versions. I'm sure it works with those too. But
I didn't know I didn't even know you could do it. I didn't even know that the plant still existed that could
right.
make the mold for this.
I did like a mild Google searches to try to learn about it, and I think there's another company now that makes basically Sega Genesis type consoles, and I'm sure it's probably the same ones that are going to make the cartridges, or if not, somebody else does. But yeah, it seems like they've had success. The company that's doing ZPF has had success with other games. So.
Oh, Nick, I love the graphics. Yeah,
you're a Sega guy. Are you going to get this?
Absolutely. I still have my Genesis, and from the Sega Master System all the way to the Sega CD and the Dreamcast. I even had a 32X. So I bleed Sega, so I will. I will pick this up for sure. Cool sponsor, nice.
No, it's really cool, and please, as always, support the Melindas that support us. So please check out Google ZPF Kickstarter and get more information.
I guess I'm just disappointed there weren't more flubs in your read, Steve, because that's what people expect when they pay for a sponsorship.
I think there's enough there if you go back through.
Let's get into some Scimitar, shall we? This is a clip that we've shown in a previous show, and it always kind of went over a little weird. It's America's Funniest Dirty Jokes.
I have the tape right here, actually. Here we go. America's Funniest Dirty Jokes.
Kind of got a Mr. Nasty look to him there.
I was going to say it looks a little tiny bit like Nick with a wig.
It does. Oh, he does kind of.
Not so much as when you're close, but when you're back a little bit.
Could this be for the competition, the men who spend the most time on the toilet competition? We got to do another one of those. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was a huge hit with the audience. Well, it has a different distributor or production company on the label, but when I rewatched it
says Magnum Video.
Yeah, but when I rewatched it has a Scimitar intro. So Scimitar distributed it. It must have been that Magnum that produced it. And so I put it together for This Week in Scimitar, the production company and distributor that we love. Here we go.
Magnum Video.
What do you have when you have two nuts on your chest? Chestnuts. What do you have when you have two nuts on the wall? Walnuts. What do you have when you have two nuts on your chin? I can't say it. A dick in your mouth.
I come home drunk one
what?
night.
A dick in your mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for making me say that.
Yeah.
Did you guys understand what she said?
I had a blue ribbon tied around my penis. And my Willie said, "Where the hell have you been?" I said, "I don't know, honey, but wherever it was, I took first place."
What'd he say, Nick?
I'm not going to repeat these anymore. You're on your own.
What has 4 arms and eats ants?
What?
2 uncles.
Lady scream, my baby, save my baby. He says, hey lady, it's me, Wee Willie Wilson, wide receiver for the New York Jets. Throw the baby down. Wee Willie jumps up, catches the baby with one hand. Incredible catch. The crowd goes berserk. Wee Willie goes, all right.
I don't know why or how Kevin Bacon is in this, but
and also why isn't it featuring Kevin
Bacon?
Yes,
exactly.
Scimitar would be all over that.
And clearly they shot this before 19. Yeah, it's right at the watch it. Yeah, it's right at the beginning. It's Scimitar, and
I'm going.
And it goes into that. But yeah, I don't know why. And clearly this was shot before 1991. Kevin Bacon would not have done this in 1991.
Now that's funny.
What's red and green and goes 150 miles an hour? A frog in a blender.
Why do women like Pac-Man? It's the only game they can get eaten 3 times for a quarter.
Why are pubic hairs curly? If they're straight, they poke your eyes out.
What do you think of that guy?
I like him.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Something
yeah.
to aspire to.
I like that there's some Boy Scouts behind him.
Yeah,
when
that's
he's telling that joke.
Exactly. There's kids there. So that was a movie they slapped together. America's Funniest Dirty Joke. Yeah, not necessarily a movie, but whatever it is, Scimitar ended up distributing it.
Can you use those reactions as drops? That's funny. Like on this show.
Oh, we could. Yeah, and the woman giggling uncontrollably. Yeah, they did have that sort of like non sequitur editing style. So yeah. Do we have time for Flying Windows? Or
Yes,
should
we do.
Tammy. Okay,
Let's do it.
Flying Windows. Unsolved Mysteries. There was a promo for Unsolved Mysteries that had some flying windows in it, and this sort of in a similar vein to the UFO video. So let's take a look at this promo.
Bigfoot, a legend that lives, may really exist. It would be the discovery of the century. See startling new evidence from eyewitnesses.
I believe they're more human than ape.
He was a race car star who was gunned down.
It was well planned.
Who killed driver Mickey Thompson?
I saw two men on 10-speed bikes.
You can catch them on Unsolved Mysteries Wednesday.
Bigfoot and a gunned down race car driver. How are you not going to watch Unsolved Mysteries? You know?
Yeah.
It's one Dan Aykroyd away from me tuning in.
Okay, all right. We're ready to get into the guest?
Yeah, I think we should bring on Tammy. Her movie's called Man and Witch, The Dance of a Thousand Steps. It's sort of a throwback, but I got to ask her a lot of questions about the NeverEnding Story with apologies. So let's get in to show us your raviolis.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis. Tami Stronach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're excited to have you. I mean, any excuse to talk about, I guess, anything from our childhoods is welcome. I mean, we collect VHS tapes for a living, so this is all within our wheelhouse. And we're excited because you got a new movie coming out, and we want to talk some NeverEnding Story and show you some disturbing children's movies that we've found. That I think the NeverEnding Story is part of that continuum.
Sounds like fun.
It's the 40th. Yeah, go ahead.
Disturbing children's movies.
That's the theme for tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Well, one thing that we always ask guests who come on who have been in movies is whether or not they've been in commercials too, because we like commercials, we like training videos, public access, any sort of safety video or anything. And we sent that request over to you, and you sent back some German TV clips of you promoting, I think it was an album that you had recorded, and you lip synced. Well, why don't you talk about it? You were on a couple German TV shows?
Yeah, so for the promotion of the NeverEnding Story, they sent me on a bunch of like morning talk shows in Germany, and they asked me if I picked up any German, and I really hadn't. The only thing I knew was that German song 99 Schlafballoons. Am I saying that right now? It's been so long. It was like a huge hit,
Yeah,
in
I love that song. Yeah.
So I sang like 2 bars of the, 99 Schlafballoons. I don't remember how it goes, but something like that. And the next day, this record producer called up my mom and was like, let's make a record. And my mom was like, no, like, we got to leave Germany. Tammy's starting school in a week. Like, we got to go. And he's like, well, when's your flight? And she was like, in 3 days. And he's like, I'm sending the songs tonight. We'll just do an A side and a B side. Like, what are those little records called?
Yeah, the 45s.
That's it. The little
right.
one.
You have the dance mix on one side. And
So he sent over like these 2 songs he wrote in like 6 minutes, it seems. And I really wanted to do it. And I'm like, let's do it. And so we recorded them the next day. And then I did like 2 talk shows like back to back and flew back to the States.
Now,
whirlwind.
Now the song is Fairy Queen, and I listened to it today, and then I listened to it over and over and over again because it's genuinely, that guy wrote it in 6 minutes. Like, that's
he was so fast. Like he was so fast. It was crazy. Like he was like, we are gonna get this done. He was good. Yeah.
I mean, he's very good. So I'm gonna mash together both of the TV appearances into one clip, but I love this song. And every time I sing it, I always sing Dairy Queen instead of Fairy Queen, just because I'm
there for the 80s. Those were like big ice cream cones.
Oh, yeah.
I love Dairy Queen.
Big fan. Huge
All right,
fan.
that's your Weird Al version of
Yeah. It's my Weird Al Yankovic version. All right, here is Tammy's German appearances singing Fairy Queen.
6 minutes. I like the reveal.
Also, the set, they put sand and water on the set. What ambitious show is this?
So this is all improvised. They were like, Tammy, you'll start in the chair, then walk over to this pond, then go over there. There's no rehearsal, right? Just keep this in mind. This is all live and with like a few like blocking notes that I had to hit on certain choruses because the cameras were set up there.
Yeah. Okay. I cut together a really short clip, but there's one there's one prop that I love in here that's on a beach for some reason. Okay, here we go. Here's the song. Listen to this hook. That's a typical accessory at a beach, right? Is a teddy bear just kind of sitting there in the middle of the beach?
It's not creepy at all. Like, where is the child that owned that bear? Because the theme is disturbing children's movies.
Well,
yeah.
So I think this counts. This is part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's more.
To a hobo.
So she winked at the hobo, and then the hobo turned into, I guess, a fancy man?
Well, it's like the 80s, where like money is everything. So
right.
If you fulfill someone's wishes, you're just going to make them super rich. There's like one.
It makes sense with
solve everything.
Yes. And I love that you saved the teddy bear and the hobo single-handedly. Right. Yes.
Right. I think I should have.
What's that?
I think I should have been looking for the child attached to the teddy bear.
Right.
Right. No, you were more concerned about the teddy bear.
Yeah.
So we have an annual contest called the Toe Tapping Tournament, where we take jingles of songs that we think are the best throughout the years. I think I'm going to take Fairy Queen. I think I'm going to take Fairy Queen right now.
It's a toe-tapping song. It's good.
And I just played a second of it. That chorus is repeated several times, and it's in my head forever now. So,
if the hobo got fancy all of a sudden, I mean, and went to like a ball or something, he'd probably just be by the hors d'oeuvres, just trying to like,
right.
Like it would take a lot of adjustment
because he's malnourished at that point, probably. And he wants to, right. The scene with turning the hobo into the fancy man, it reminded me of something that I'm working on, Tammy, and I'm glad you're here because I want to pitch this to you.
Okay.
I have been working on a project called The Ultimate Packer Fantasy. It's a long walk. It's a long story, but I made it over 20 years ago. I'm still working on it, and I would love for you to be in it. Now, it's mostly done, but let me just play the scene where the hobo becomes the fancy man.
Oh, I didn't even make that connection.
Yes, exactly. So this is the Ultimate Packer Fantasy. The hobo becomes the fancy man, and I want you to be in a scene. I have an idea for a scene for you. You can say no, but I hope you don't. All right, here's Ultimate Packer Fantasy.
The Ultimate Packer Fantasy.
Once upon a time, in the frozen tundra, sat a hobo on a milk crate full of wonder. He was down on his luck, didn't have a buck, and had not a blanket to sleep under. With a wink, Santa sent a powerful spell, though, that turned that old hobo into the fanciest fellow.
So then he turns into a fancy man. Yeah, and then he starts dancing. There's a song here and everything. So that kind of gives you an idea of the hobo. You have experience with this. I'd love for you to be in one scene. I can go over greater detail with you in an email, or we can talk it over the phone.
Yeah, email me.
Okay.
Am I going to get like forever like stuck in the role of turning like people out means
you'll be typecast.
Like,
Yeah,
that'll be the only thing anyone ever gives me again.
Yes, you're the savior of hobos, is what you'll be. Yeah.
But as a social safety net, this is the best we've got.
I would love to help anyone in need get housing and financing. I mean, it seems like a good message. So, okay.
Exactly. Okay,
if
so
you're gonna be typecast, I guess this sort of social safety net is a good
for sure. So my people will be in touch with your people.
Okay, this was a business deal for you.
My hobo will call
where
your
are
hobo.
my people? Hold on, I just
Same place ours are. Yeah.
exactly.
But Tami, I did want to ask you, as like a child star, I don't know. We've been doing the show for 5 years, and I think just 2 years ago I stopped being nervous around the camera. But when you're a kid, like, and you're on big movies and TV shows and stuff, was that stressful back then, or was it exciting? Exciting? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was such a ham. I was like a ham. Like I was terrifying. Like my parents would have some friends over and I'd be like, I need to do my rendition of Swan Lake for you. And my parents were like, we're sorry. Like, we can't stop her. Like she's.
They're still off switch. Okay.
So what do you remember about, Wolfgang Petersen did the NeverEnding Story and, from Das Boot and everything. And then, so you shot it in Germany, right? But you were living in the States and then you went over for it. What are your memories for making the movie?
Yeah. So I was living in the Bay Area, and that's where the original sort of audition was. And then there were several other auditions, and the film itself was shot at the Bavarian Studios in Munich. And it was, so I just went over for that summer. My birthday is July 31st. It's coming up. So I was 10 and then I had a little birthday and then I was 11. So I was sort of straddling that time. And it was the most expensive film ever shot in Germany to that date. So they just brought me over so early, and it was weeks and weeks of test makeup and weeks of like, well, should this curl be over here or over there? Like in retrospect, like as an adult producer, like I just relive the whole thing with like a money ticker going like on the side, like every day that I was at the dentist and at the hair person, like what was happening in that production?
They don't do that anymore though, right? I mean, like a movie, they're just like, you show up and then you're on set right then.
Every minute is like budgeted. So it was a very different time, and it was a huge scale. So I was really there the whole summer for, what is it? How much screen time is it? 3.5 minutes? Come on. Let's be
memorable
real.
Screen time. Memorable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's short.
Right. Well, I've always wanted to ask this because on my VHS copy of the NeverEnding Story, I could never understand what Bastian is yelling out when you say "call my name," and he's shouting, and there's a storm out, and I paused it. I tried to listen to it, and we just couldn't figure out what he was shouting. Do you know? Am I just a moron?
Yes. No, you're not a moron. You are in the clutches of Wolfgang Petersen's strategy. So Wolfgang Petersen wanted the audience to insert the name that they thought would be most appropriate for the character. So brilliant. He purposefully muffled the sounds, amped up the rain, amped up the thing, and he hoped that in that moment the audience would find a name that felt true to their hearts for that like meta moment where Bastian's in the story, but you're in Bastian's story. So that whole thing, amplifies. And so I was on set that day, and he took Barrett to the side of the room and was like, listen, we all know that in Michael Ende's book, he names her Moonchild, and you can say that name. Now it's a little weird because in Wolfgang's script, he kind of implies that Bastian's mother's name is what comes to Bastian's mind. So like Moonchild is a pretty special name for just
He's
an
born
average.
in the 60s, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe in the 60s,
Yeah.
Moonchild. But Barrett was really allowed to do whatever he wanted. So he went over to the corner, and Barrett was a very good actor, very serious actor, perfect on every take. He really was. And he was in the corner and I saw him. He was like going over like different names and like thinking about it really hard. And now my adult money ticker's like, that was an hour.
Right.
They let him like
with all these decisions.
There's like 400 people on set, cameras.
Yeah.
Oh
and he's
my
like,
God.
okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. And Wolfgang's like, okay, what is it? And he's like, I just think the original is perfect. I'm going with Moonchild. So
okay.
he goes Moonchild. So he gives child 2 syllables, which is maybe why it's confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
All
All right.
You'll hear it. Now you'll hear it.
For
If
40
you
years,
hear it.
I've been wondering what he says. You
An
answered the
exclusive,
question.
a VCR
Yeah.
Party exclusive right here.
Nobody else has figured it out.
Nope.
All right. Well, the other thing about NeverEnding Story, besides all the creatures and everything, is the song by Lamal, which is there've been dance remixes. I'm sure you're sick to death of hearing this, Tammy, at this point. But there's one version that I found on a show called Kids Incorporated. Do you remember that show? I think Stacey Ferguson was
familiar.
on it.
Yeah, but it's not totally in crystal clear focus.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of like Kids Bop, but the TV version of it. So kids like Ryan Lambert and Fergie, and when they were kids, would be on, and they would find reasons to sing pop songs. And so yeah, this clip comes from, I believe, a 1984-85 version of Kids Incorporated. Take a look. There's some other story happening during this that I don't quite understand. Playing windows. I believe that's Martika on the left.
YouTube's gonna get mad at us for this one.
I don't think Kids Incorporated is too friendly.
Oh, Kids Incorporated especially, Nick.
Some sort of monster is stalking them.
We'll be right back with lots more of Kids Incorporated.
It's a catchy song. That was one of the more interesting versions I saw of it. But,
That was a really good find. I've never seen that. That's awesome.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well, we sort of scoured our collections because, I mean, there's so many like indelible, like there's Gamork, the animatronic wolf from the movie. And then, I mean, everyone talks about Artax, the horse sinking in the sand, and how, how they were traumatized by that. I think like Grimm's fairy tales, all children's content is a little disturbing. But we picked out a couple to show you. One is called Pinocchio's Birthday Party. That's the part of the story that I hadn't heard, was when he has a birthday party with all his friends. But there's a puppet involved, and I don't know. We'll see how disturbing this is.
All right, let's see.
Happy birthday, Pinocchio! Oh, wow! Hi, everybody!
Happy birthday, Pinocchio.
Birthday? Of course, Pinocchio. Today's your birthday. It is?
Everybody has a birthday, Pinocchio. Look, Pinocchio, all your friends are here.
Gee, I have a birthday like all the other children? Of course, Pinocchio.
It was 6 years ago today that Papa Geppetto's wish brought a wooden puppet he had carved to life.
Gee, is that how all the children came to life?
In a way, all children come to life through a very
She's sort of
special
the fairy
kind
queen
of
of the
magic.
Pinocchio story.
It's called love. You see, Papa Geppetto never had any real children of his own, and he was filled with so much love. Why, it was only right that he had someone with whom to share that love.
Wow, my very own birthday party. I love you, Papa.
I love you too, Pinocchio. Good night. Oh, happy birthday.
I think it was mostly the kiss of the lips at the end.
That's a little weird. Just
The
a
actor-
little like,
The actor is probably like, wait, so I'm supposed to kiss him on the lips? Is that what you want me to do? Okay, all right. Could I kiss him maybe on the forehead or the cheek? No, lips? Okay.
build my own child that I fashioned to be my own, and then I
Right.
kiss them goodnight.
Yeah, if you think about it too much, it gets a
Let's
little.
move on. Let's move on.
Yeah,
real
good
doll,
idea.
yeah.
Good idea.
So there's, speaking of things shot in foreign countries, there's we found this video. We very rarely find videos from the Eastern Bloc, but we found a Russian tape that, well, I'll show you the cover and why we picked this up at a thrift store.
I have the tape here. Oh, you got it there, Nick. Okay.
Yeah. This might you might be able to see it a little better. I don't know how the Cyrillic letters are pronounced, but we call it Anna Ben Wap, which I'm sure is really wrong. But it seems to have a witch there, and then there's it looks like a 4-armed beast creature, a little boy, and
I assume he has 2 other arms on the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then like a Baba Yaga hut with bird talons behind him. So we were like, there's no way this footage could live up to it. But man, it does. This is a very strange Russian kind of Wizard of Oz movie. Oh, and it translates to the lilac ball, that word. So
Okay.
It's a lilac ball.
Чего только нету, чего только нет на этом, на белом, на свете. Нам выпал счастливый, но трудный билет. Мы века 20-го дети. Небесная высь, океанское дно раскроет секрет однажды. Нам жить интересно и весело. Хочется страшно.
Yeah. Children's movie. Seen somebody born alive.
I mean, they must have had a budget though for an '80s Russian movie.
Hey, kids need to learn about burning alive at some point. So
True. These seem like they could have been in the NeverEnding Story.
Тут тебя, человек. Чего только нет на этом, на белом, на свете. Повсюду минувшего времени след, а мы-то сегодня в ответе. С тобою нам дом возвести суждено.
Sort of a luck dragon of sorts.
Нам жить интересно.
Maybe it's a bad luck dragon.
Хочется страшно.
А вы мне как сразу.
Какой роскошный экземпляр.
It's horrifying.
the song's scary too.
Yeah. I cut the highlights with the song because I like the song so much. I know.
Why don't they kill her? Do you think they flew her out a month in advance to do everything?
They did a lot, yeah, at least several weeks of hair and makeup.
Just to get the feathered look, I think. Yeah.
That's right. It's hard to get that look.
It is. Yeah.
I still don't know how they did that flying carpet.
Well, that's the Soviet technology that got Sputnik in the air first.
Yeah. It's the lilac ball, or as we call it, Anna Ben Wap.
Anna Ben Wap.
Just completely wrong. What'd you think, Tammy? Is that disturbing enough?
Yeah, that was very weird.
They all are. That
was so strange. Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to ask my friend Michelle in High Bridge, New Jersey, owns a vintage shop called Rascal Salvage Vintage.
You know,
do you know about this? Yeah,
I know her. She's coming to the premiere. I just got an email from her 2 days ago. I'm going to see her on Sunday.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, I totally know her. So I was shown that video, the thing that went viral on the internet where Falkor was like sad in the garage, like she.
Well, yeah, here, let me show it because I saw it too, and I messaged her and I was like, "Can I go see this?" And this is what I went to this town called High Bridge, New Jersey, and found this in there.
Is that the actual one?
No, but
okay.
Some artists recreated it, and we're getting rid of it. There's me with Falkor, and so Michelle found out about it. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and she kind of took her husband and drove him with a pickup truck and didn't tell them what they were going to get. But then they came back with Falkor that's right across from their vintage shop.
But they also took a picture of Falkor in the garage, and the internet went crazy. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
save Falkor, let him out. He needs to fly. You know, it was like this, it went like 1 million people like circulated it.
Wow.
And I was shown the thing and I thought it was really cute. So I texted her and then we got in touch, and it not so long after that, I was invited to a NeverEnding Story screening at Kevin Smith's theater in New Jersey, Smod Castle. So they brought Falkor to the theater and everybody got to take pictures with Falkor. And so we befriended each other, and now she's coming to the premiere on Sunday.
Oh, fantastic. Yes.
Yeah.
With
I'm a big
Falkor or
No,
Oh, okay.
Falkor's
All right.
staying home.
You'd
Just
need
chilling.
a forklift. You'd probably need a forklift or something.
I think they are doing a 40th anniversary screening out there in New Jersey, though. So Falkor might be making an
I think
appearance.
so. I'm gonna. I promised her I would like tape a little intro for that, so I have to do
okay.
that.
Oh, nice.
He's on the 31st, is what she said,
Okay.
but don't
All
quote
right.
me on it because I
Couple
don't have my
weeks.
emails open. Yeah.
Well, look it up. I just wanted to show you this. My sister knows I'm a fan, and she crocheted this
That is so
Falkor.
cute.
Yeah, so this is on my desk, giving me luck with our internet show. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
My husband brought this while we were talking to show one of the other looks.
Oh, wait,
from-
let's see this.
You know, when I said there was a lot of hair and
Yeah.
makeup. So that was the 80s, like perm, big hair on top look.
Oh, yeah, it almost looks like crimped a little bit.
It was
doesn't
crimped. It was
Oh,
fully
wow.
crimped. So it could have gone that direction.
Not going to say they made the wrong decision, but I do like that style as well.
Hey, I want to talk to you about Man and Witch, but first I have to play this for you. So Nick actually did some acting and some dancing when he was a young man. I wouldn't say Nick was
Dancing?
well, you'll see.
Oh.
I wouldn't say he was a child actor per se. I think that he was a little old at this point, but you're probably like 18 or so. But he wrote, he directed, he produced, he choreographed, he did everything for this movie. What'd you call it, Nick? Omelette du fromage?
Du fromage, yeah.
Du fromage. And Tammy, I just want you to I don't know, critique his acting skills, his dancing skills. Tell me if you think Nick had what it took.
I'm so glad you're including this clip, Joe. This is great.
No
A
problem.
good use of Tammy's time and our time.
That's Nick, the one with the crimped hair.
Yeah, I had a not unlike your other look, Tammy.
So look at those dance moves. Not wooden at all. Not stiff.
Well,
just flowing.
Tammy's
flowing
a professional dancer, so you can.
That's why I'm asking you to.
Joe's adding the close-ups here. This is not how the actual film was.
I'm just playing the tape that I got, Nick. Hold on,
Tammy,
there's
you
one
know
more.
how the message of the NeverEnding Story is about anti-bullying? And how at the end, Bastion swoops in.
Quiet, Nick. I'm trying to watch your film.
Bullies with the
Okay, there we
dragon
go.
in the alley. Well,
What'd you think, Tammy? Was that a missed opportunity for Nick to get into dancing? And
Absolutely. First of all, any movie with dancing gets an A+. Any movie that celebrates love gets an A+. And I'm a hopeless romantic. So all good.
yes,
Wow.
all right. See, Nick, aren't you glad I played it now?
yeah, so glad.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the movie Man and Witch, and it's a dance of 1,000 steps. So I
That's
did
right.
maybe 10 steps there, but tell us about the movie and how people can see it.
It's really like this little magical thing that just sort of happened.
I like the talking animals. And those aren't CG, right? Those are they look like puppets.
They're full-on photorealistic puppets that match photorealistic animals. So we cut back and forth between real animals and like talking animals. And the Jim Henson Creature Shop made them.
You say it's in theaters? It's going to be in theaters around the country
so
at the end of the month?
It's nationwide. It's 2 days only. So it's like literally, if you don't get your tickets now and go see it, you'll blink and it's over. So please go now. It's not a prequel. It's not a sequel. It's not based on a comic book. It's an original story. It's like
Love it.
near impossible to make something like that happen.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Congrats on the movie. Thank you for watching disturbing kids videos with us. I'm sorry
I'm not going to sleep well tonight. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
like
No,
some,
because
yeah.
you saw Nick kissing, so
Well, that's the main
that'll
thing.
ruin
That's
everybody's.
going to traumatize us all. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Tammy.
you guys. I had a lot of fun.
Shows your ravioli's. Shows your ravioli's. Shows your ravioli's.
Tami Stronach, that was cool. It's neat to meet former like people you grew up watching, and she lives in Brooklyn, and like I don't know, seems to be pretty normal.
Nick, from now on, every single guest that we ever have on the show is going to see your French video after Bornhop.
All right, let's do
I
no
got
more
excited
guests.
about that.
I think let's just keep it us four from here going forward. So Steve, I don't want to make people wait any longer for this. This is footage you culled from the filmmaker of Chop and Steal, the movie they made about our news appearances as people other than ourselves, and no one's seen this. So what was your experience like?
So I first of all, I'd never seen it before, and I don't know how you guys do any of this. I think it makes me all so uncomfortable. I want to crawl underneath the desk, and the fact that they believe you, just because I know you guys so well, and Joe showing up and trying to be a man crafter, it was just crazy. But I do think the viewers, in case anyone is not familiar with your work, we should make sure they see Art Paul, Dr. Zussman, Jeff Bird.
You sent me a list of things to play first. So people, hardcore Melendez will probably get all the references, but for people who don't know our entire catalog, I think there are 4 references in here. The first one is Jeff's Birds, which was a tape on our shelf. It's a home movie. Birds has an apostrophe S on there for some reason. And it's a home movie of this guy. His name's not Jeff. There's no guy named Jeff in here. And he has the camcorder. He's going around, and there's no birds in it either, but there is a rabbit. So here's this.
Here comes the Easter Bunny hopping down the trail. Hippity hop, don't stop. I got your Easter eggs. All right, I gotta go.
That's Jeff's Birds. The other one is the Junior America show, Miss Junior America from Wisconsin. It was a preteen, what do you call it, pageant?
Yeah.
And
1988.
There's one memorable one in here. Well, there's a lot, but this is one.
Junior America show from the great state of Wisconsin. Now,
Hi, I'm Angela Rudolph, and I'm from right here in Milwaukee. I'm 11 years old, and I'd like to thank my mom and also my orthodontist, Dr. Zussman, for sponsoring me today. Bye.
Here's Angela.
Okay, so then there's Art Paul Schlosser from Madison, Wisconsin. This is a public access show. He had a painting show and music show. And
so anyways, I'm painting. And people think I can't paint without water. And this is going to be a little gross, but you might get desperate sometime. And you might want to know what to do if you get really desperate. You can take some of your spit there, and then you can paint. This is not always the best way to paint. Some people will think this is gross.
Okay, and then this one, which we haven't put into a show yet. I think every show we talk about putting the moose.
It was going to be in volume 10, but it didn't make the cut.
Well, we talked about it in volume 9 too. We talked about it in volume 10. It's just hasn't quite made the cut yet, but it is a great video. It's a promotional video for Moose Lodges.
How you doing? Good to see you.
It's a lot more than what I expected.
It's a knockout. Well, so what have I been telling the you characters? I do something for the guys do something for the moose does something for me, and everybody's a winner. That's kind of cool. In fact, that's unbelievably cool.
It's unbelievably cool.
I should say that, like, in the context of, doing these news appearances, we always try to think, how will this play when we show it in our live show? So think of this clip, which never aired, but if it had, and we had included it in our live show, you would have seen all these clips in their proper context, like we just showed you.
Right.
So I think you have the context now for this clip that's never aired.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, let's roll it, Steve.
All right, drum rolls.
Yeah, if you see this right here,
Yeah.
this is it. So you can kind of
these are all automated.
Yes, exactly.
There's no
yeah.
actual camera
No,
person.
exactly. They do it all behind the scenes.
I should just say that there is no, you guys aren't mic'd. It's all camera mics. So there's going to be some sound issues, and that's the only reason. So just want to preface that.
Is that your music?
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And this is Jeff. What is your name again, sir?
Nick Sussman.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Perfect.
He's a
Nick,
doctor.
if
He's
you-
actually a doctor. He's
Oh, wow.
an orthodontist.
We all ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Beautiful. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. I'm joined now with Jeff, Bird, and Nick. How are y'all doing this morning?
Good. Yeah, real good.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for having us on here.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you are basically the Ron Swanson of arts and crafts.
I've been called that. Crafting actually saved my life. Like for a long time, I spent a lot of time recording, and so while I was there, I picked up smoking because a lot of people.
What did I say? I spent a lot of time where?
In the Orient, but I think you whispered it because you weren't sure if you were supposed to say that. So,
And you picked up smoking there.
I have no memory of this.
I don't
at
remember
all.
any of it at all either.
Okay.
Ron Swanson of arts and crafts.
I've been called that. Crafting actually saved my life. Like for a long time, I spent a lot of time recording, and so while I was there, I picked up smoking because a lot of people smoke there. And now I'm to the point because of this stuff that the only time I smoke is when I drink. We wanted to design.
The only time I smoke is when
That's an interesting fact, and actually it was true at the time.
It was true.
Oh,
you
came
don't
from your
say.
real life.
Well, I was just. I'm sure she
You
was
only
gonna.
smoke when you drink. It's probably that's like peanut butter and chocolate when you're a little buzzed and you have a cigarette. Interesting. Okay.
I see. You got the stimulant with the depressant. Okay, I see how that.
but you set this up. This saved your life.
Yeah.
This saved your life.
It was just
How did
6
it save
a.m.
your life? Well, now you only smoke when you drink.
6 in
Right.
the morning we're doing this. Okay.
A lot of people smoke there. And now I'm to the point because of this stuff that the only time I smoke is when I drink. We wanted to design some stuff that would be good for the man cave, right?
Right.
And so let's say you're in the man cave. You're allowed for today.
Okay.
You're in the man cave. There's no sports games on. What do? Painting. Watercolors. But we don't do it the traditional style. We take roof shingles. All right. And so I'm going to take the number 2. I got you. Why don't you take that one? Okay. This one. And the way that I devise this is I don't have a faucet in my man cave. So
Okay.
I would just spit on it.
Okay.
And then you spit on that. And I found that the saliva actually is a better, you get better, richer tones.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get it
Spit
for
a
me.
little bit there. And then
Beautiful.
spit on
And
there.
just put a little.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's conducting really well. It's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
nice and
You
yellow.
see, and then like I've noticed that the deeper that you go, the richer the tones can be. So, run through. All right.
We also have a little something for you for the holidays. It's
Uh-huh.
Christmas, so we
Yep.
needed this one for the crew
Yep.
here at
Oh,
KTM. We did it for you guys for you.
beautiful.
What is it? Can you tell?
Keep playing it.
We'll zoom in.
The man cave here in the studio.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So but this is for you.
Do you think she likes it? Do you think she means it?
I think
love
she's
it.
anyone here, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Jeff Bird original.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Got pieces.
We have
I
one
love
more
it.
quick demonstration.
Perfect.
Okay. Car batteries. All right.
Okay.
We got those sitting around the house too.
Yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
what
What did I say? Car batteries?
Car batteries.
Yeah.
You got those.
We really
sitting
need subtitles on this. But
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
Car batteries, you got those sitting around the house too, right? Yes. No, you don't. They're in a car. You don't have empty ones.
batteries. All right.
Okay.
We got those sitting around the house too.
Yes.
Right. And what do you
Yes.
do with them? You know. A lot of them will have the battery acid in it, so you'll want to dump out all the battery acid first.
Okay.
Well, we found another thing we did. We had these.
She's gonna do that. She's gonna like get a
Well,
wrench out to
it's
dump
worth
out the
it.
battery.
When you see the payoff though for dumping out the toxic battery acid and painting these things, you're gonna see why it's all worthwhile.
Oh wow, this is just so easy. This is just car batteries you have around the house, You dump out the battery acid.
Yep.
Okay, this sounds easy so far.
Door stops in the bathroom, and you probably know the statistic that us men are in the bathroom 80% more than women are. So every time, 5 times you're going, we're in there 8 times.
Exactly.
A lot of times for men to spend in there. So why not
Every time you're every 5 times you're going, I'm in there 8 times. Talking about her bathroom habits.
Okay, all right. You all seem aggressive too. It's like every time you're in there.
Yeah.
bathroom, and you probably know the statistic that us men are in the bathroom 80% more than women are. So every time, 5 times you're going, we're in there 8 times.
Exactly.
A lot of times for men to spend in there, so why not make it look
Exactly.
nice?
So when I was there, I noticed that the villagers, when they would defecate.
Villagers from the Orient? Okay, I noticed that the villagers.
Yeah.
Wow, we really swung for the fences on this one.
It never aired.
Of course, it never aired.
Can't understand why.
So why not make it look
Exactly.
nice?
So when I was there, I noticed that the villagers, when they would defecate, they would make a bowel movement. There would be a hole on the ground, and so they would hover over the hole like this, and they had what seemed like very satisfying bowel movement. So what we attempted to do, you probably.
I wish
that was where she realized it.
What
I know.
seemed like very satisfying moment. How did it seem that way?
Wait, what did I say?
You said, well, I don't think I noticed the villagers when they would squat over the hole. They had what seemed like very satisfying bowel movements.
Okay.
So that's why
They're like,
making that case for this car battery squatty potty. Yeah.
But this was supposed to go on live, so all this would have gone on live.
Right. That was the idea. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Heard of like the squatty potty or stuff like that. Yeah. Well, those go for $30, $40, $50. I hate giving them a plug, but these are absolutely free.
I already went this morning, but I could feel this kind of opens up a little. You know, it's just.
I already went this morning.
There's a couple places where she breaks. That's one of them. Like she just laughs.
That's probably true too.
Yeah.
It does the job.
Exactly. You see that his knees are raised, his back is a little bit arched, and it opens.
Because you have both your feet up on car batteries right now in
Right.
your bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right.
Up like his anal cavity, his anal the colon
It
area.
works is the point. And the fun thing too about this.
That's my favorite line.
What was it? My anal cavity?
His anal cavity.
Yeah, you're talking about open up the anal cavity, and Nick just goes to cut you off because it was getting a little bit spinning out. He goes, "It works is the point."
It works is the point.
Like an episode of VCR Party.
His anal cavity, his anal the colon
It
area.
works is the point. And the fun thing too about this is I don't know if we showed you, but we got football. But come April, we got baseball.
Volleyball.
Switch it over to baseball.
Exactly. All in the summer or in your bathroom.
So you got everything.
Yeah, it's reversible. And actually, we had another gift for you too. If you want to put these in the break room, these are for you.
These are absolutely for you guys. You can throw them.
We're giving them the car
Just
batteries.
showering her with gifts. Very thoughtful of her.
We're giving them the car batteries at the football and the baseball.
After the Taz painted in a Dallas Cowboys on a roof shingle.
On a roofing shingle, yeah.
Yeah, that's all for them.
Break room, and you can have your own.
Our
Pulp.
sports guys will love that.
Exactly. We call it the Orient Express.
And we want to thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
This has been unbelievably cool for us.
Thank y'all so much. I love Westford.
It's been unbelievably cool for us. Wait, what's been unbelievably cool for us? Just this tour?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
This has been unbelievably cool for us, yeah.
And you can have your own.
Our
Pulp.
sports guys will love that.
Exactly. We call it the Orient Express.
And we want to thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
This has been unbelievably cool for us.
Thank y'all so much. I love Westford.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after the break. So cute.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I bet this is perfect for the control room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll put that up in the control
Oh,
room.
I love it. Thank y'all
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
Steve Kornacki here in New York for NBC News with the news coming to us just in the last few minutes that the 41st President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush, has passed away at the age of 94.
Yeah, they never
Opens
learn.
up like his anal cavity, his anal the colon
It
area.
works is the point.
Yes, they did.
Probably the most difficult thing I've ever painted. Yeah, it's really stupid. It's really dumb.
I mean, couldn't he have held on to just for one more day? Couldn't he have
I
held on to
know.
just one more day?
We would have been there live talking about anal cavities and your trip to the Orient, and yeah. But
There's a lot of fun though. There's a segment that we could do where it's basically the road to the prank, where you see you guys rehearsing it and how nervous you guys get. 'Cause I can imagine it's really tough to kind of go in there and just.
I think
stay
that's
in
what the
character.
filmmaker wanted to get, because we just did all of our news appearances, just Joe and I in the car, and never had anybody with us. So he wanted to see like the prep and all that. So that might be a second segment we could cut from
Well,
that.
and there's a fun moment where afterwards, where you guys are talking about how it went, and whether or not, because there's still a chance that it could have aired later in the day. That's what they were talking about. And Joe's like, "Did you see me? I really hawked a pretty big loogie." You're like, "Oh yeah, it was huge and gross."
But we don't have I wish we had the control room footage of that. He occasionally would shoot with the TV monitors had, but yeah, I didn't get everything.
Oh, they deleted that so hard as soon as we left. They were like, "Do you think it is still up in the control room, that man cave Taz thing?" Yeah.
And I think the men's room there probably has the two Dallas Cowboy painted car batteries there. as well.
Yeah, we left those there for them, so
Yeah.
that was nice of us.
Well, I don't know if anybody else will find that funny, but I had tears streaming at a few parts during that. So nice job, Steve. Thank you for going through that.
I think my favorite part was telling him that I like to smoke when I drank. I thought that was important information to let her know.
I think we put subtitles on that and put it up on the website or something. That'd be. I think people might get a kick out of that.
Yeah. George, you got anything to show us?
Sure.
What is it? It's 250 pounds of lovable trouble named George. George, will you get out of my bed and go downstairs? It's George by George. You'll want to bring the whole family to see George.
Well, in honor of our guest, I was looking up fantasy shows from the early 80s, and they had a pretty rough go back then because it was expensive, pre-CGI, and it brought me to a new segment, I think. It's called... Fantastic fantasy foul-ups and funnies. These are some shows that just didn't quite work. And then I'll show you the intro and then ask you some questions about them.
Okay. Guess whether it's a follow-up or
I like the music.
Somebody named Duncan. Oh, good heart. Yeah, I want to watch the show.
Yeah. So to me, it like that. I feel like there were a lot of shows like this, maybe fantasy sci-fi, where I loved the opening credits and the show itself was. I didn't last maybe 10, 15 minutes, but it had Jeff Conway from Taxi. It had Julia Duffy from Newhart. And it had, blanking on his actual name, but he was Jacques Renault in Twin Peaks. He had the great line, "I'm as blank as a fart." And it was subtitled in the first Twin Peaks movie. Anyhow, but, it did not do well. This is 82, 83 season. So my question is, how many episodes do you think aired before it was canceled? And also, its Nielsen rank, did it rank higher or lower than St. Elsewhere?
Okay, number of episodes, I'm going to say maybe they gave it 8. And the Nielsen rank, I'm going to say, probably above St. Elsewhere because the intro looked cool.
Okay, there were 99 shows that season. So you can give me a number if you want to.
What for
yeah,
Nielsen
like where do you
rank?
think it ranked out of 99 shows that season?
Oh, I'm gonna say top. It's gonna be something surprising like top 10. I'm gonna say number 8.
Oh.
I know Police Squad got canceled after 6 episodes, so I'm gonna say 6 for this one. And Nielsen rank, I will say out of a 99.
Yeah,
I'll say 99th.
Okay. Steve, have any?
I'm going to go with 2 episodes, and I'm going to say 98.
Okay, well, it was in fact 89 out of 99. It did, Joe, you're correct. It was 8 episodes.
Yes.
But Saint Elsewhere, which got renewed, was 87. So it just somehow it just made it, but it did worse than Joni Loves Chachi and a show I don't even know called Tales of the Gold Monkey. But it had one of the Wikipedia pages where the person who is referenced wrote it. It says it includes the sentence: the series hairstylist Charlene Rossi lost a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Hairstyling to Edie Panda for the made-for-television film Rosie, the Rosemary Clooney Story. But that's very specific and for a very short Wikipedia entry. Okay, and here's one other one. You might even remember this. This was no budget intro that I can't believe existed in 1987. Fridays on ABC. At first.
Fridays.
Once upon a time, there was a vain queen who was so jealous of her beautiful stepdaughter, Snow White, that she poisoned her with an apple. But a handsome prince came along and broke the spell. Snow White and Prince Charming threw the wicked stepmother down a bottomless pit and lived happily ever after. But it turns out the pit wasn't bottomless, just very deep. And now the queen was very mad. But a spell so powerful, even she couldn't control it. She put the Charmings to sleep for 1,000 years.
It's still going.
She also got herself.
It's just this, or is this the intro?
Eventually, they woke up.
Yeah. And that turns into too many cooks.
Yes. Oh, we need to have our sitcom show.
What is the show?
Paul Winfield as the mirror.
As the mirror.
Every show, every opening credit should end with that.
Yeah.
It just seems like a parody, doesn't it? Doesn't it just seem like a spoof?
Yeah. I'll say 13 episodes, and it ranked 99th again.
Right. This is out of 125 episodes, 25 series. So
all right, I'll stick with 99.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with lucky number 8, and I'm going to say, what number did you say, Nick?
I said 99, I believe.
Okay, I'll go 123.
I'm gonna say 87, and I'm gonna say 11 episodes.
Nick, you were very close. It came in 98th, whereas Married with Children was in a 4-way tie for 111th at the time, 87, because Fox was new, but it still somehow beat Max Headroom. They got 20 episodes out of it. Here's a sample, a capsule. Episode 4, The Charmings Buy a Car. For their 1010th anniversary, Eric buys Snow a lemon of a car from a sleazy used car dealer.
Oh, I'm laughing already.
It's a shitcom.
But wait, what's the premise of this? So they're all they're from the olden times, from fantasy world.
They woke up now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, but that is how you play the new and never-ending game show, Fantastic Fantasy, Foul Ups and Funnies.
Oh, I like it.
I'm going into syndication.
It jogged my memory about a show that my sister and I watched called Down to Earth, which is about a flapper in the 20s who gets hit by a trolley and then comes back to life and lives with a family in the 80s. I think
that almost made it into this montage.
Yeah,
I remember you'd shown that, and that would give you an unfair leg up. And I'm about fairness when it comes to games.
I get it. I totally get it. I think we're running long, but let's get into a few nice things, shall we?
Yeah. I want to show some nice things, some tapes for VHS Fest that we got. I think we got these. They're sitting on a pile. Look at this tape. Nick, did you buy this one?
No, this is somebody gave it to us.
Yeah. Oh, okay, somebody brought it to us there. Okay, but look at this. So pretty cool cover, but is it a cover? No, it's actually somebody's photo of dancers, and it's autographed too. So are they famous dancers?
Yeah.
Who are they? They are these two, I guess.
Yep.
And so they autographed a photo that they got printed at Walgreens, and they put it in here. Good idea. I like the looks of this one better than ever.
Yeah.
For Bob Jones University. It's, I think, a promotional video.
Yep. These are all donations from the festival.
What a feeling. Look at these guys.
Now, that one I bought. I think it was $1, but
Yes.
I had to get
It's
that
neat guys. Look at it. Two of them have the same sweater on, too. And then, a dude came up, and he told me he'd need this back. But I took down his address. I'm going to digitize and give it back.
Oh, yes. He emailed me about this. But I didn't see it.
It's Baywatch outtakes that they played at the Christmas party. You know, the holiday party that they would have every year. They would play the outtakes. And Hasselhoff was, I guess, present for this. And he put it together, and he autographed this. This guy who gave it to us, what's his name? He put it in here. Thank you, James, for giving us this. We'll take good care of it, and we'll show the bloopers.
I have a few to show from VHS Fest. This is the big festival of VHS weirdos and VHS era movies on the big screen at a drive-in. These are more donations. This is How to Play the Bodhrán. I don't know what this is.
I think it's a Zach Galifianakis character.
Yeah. Now, this one, I was like, I'm not interested in Basket Case 2. The Basket Case movies are fine. We don't really. It was the promotional version of it, so I was interested in that. Turns out that's not what it is. It was written over with what's actually on it. News, 'S, with Dave at Hershey Hospital. And then from 1991.
What?
So, yeah. So they taped over Basket Case 2 for the news with Dave at the Hershey Hospital.
Okay.
Kindergarten Ninja.
Allegedly.
I don't know if we have that one or not. This one, I just liked the cover, so I picked this one up. Virgin High. I believe that's Linnea Quigley. But doesn't this almost seem like the Simpsons, Nerdlinger, like the fake movie where they have the bra bomb? I mean, she's playing a guitar.
School of Hard Knockers?
Yeah, School of Hard Knockers. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks like the real version of that. Front row at La Bear. This is another male stripper video that I've never seen. So look for that in volume 11. This is a scimitar. It's when they did movies. It's a Polish vampire in Brooklyn. And in case you're wondering, it is a comedy.
Oh,
and then this is the thing I'm most excited about. We've shown the volume 1 of this. I had no idea there was a volume 2. Chinese Lovemaking Secrets, Part 2.
No way!
Wow, the conspicuous clouds covering up.
That's
huge. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of mileage out of the testicle breathing segment, the weights attached to genitals, and
not just for the show. I mean, in our own personal lives.
In our own personal lives. But
right.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what Part 2 has in store for us. So amazing experience. Recommend you come to VHS Fest 9 at the Mahoning Drive-In in Pennsylvania. It's always in July.
Let me show some fashions from the VHS Fest. I was taking pictures of people's outfits. I only took pictures of men's outfits because I just feel weird saying, "Hey, can I get a picture of you?" if it's a woman. So I didn't. So it's only dudes that I captured. But here are the fashions of VHS Fest. Everybody gets dressed up. They wear their finest movie clothes, and I saw some good stuff there. So this is a confusing photo but this is just shot on my iPhone. This guy had a full Nicolas Cage outfit with that shirt and the face-off shorts, which I thought was a great look.
Yep.
This guy had a Todd Solondz shirt that looked like a Twisted Sister shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's a great one. This guy, I was so confused. I was talking to him for a long time, and he had this 3rd annual Cats on the Lake, August 11th, and it's like, bring your cat to the Inn Harbor this Saturday and say bon voyage to a friend. And I couldn't even pay attention to what he was saying because I was reading the shirt thinking it was real. He's like, "Oh no, it's fake," and I should have known that, but it looked real. So
he's a regular. He comes to all our shows and donates great videos. So
yeah,
I
was also like,
he's a great shirt.
I was also like, how did they get up to 3rd annual? Like they would do that maybe once, and then they would cancel it immediately.
That's a really good shirt.
Here's another one. I just like this guy. His shoulder. Also, he has a TP, a Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, that's good.
There, I thought that was a nice touch, and then he had the arm thing. But this was probably my favorite combo.
Los Angeles Shen Yun 2022.
And he has
a Reba hat.
Yeah, and I asked him where the Reba where he got that. He actually got it at a Reba concert. So
okay, so they went there.
Yeah, and
All
just
right.
like those Shen Yuns, you see those billboards all over the place.
Yeah,
but,
or the Falun Gong cult show.
Yeah, but he lost his
China
virginity
before
there, so that's
communism.
good.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I took the pictures of all the girls there, so if anybody wants to see those, just email me at info@foundfootagefest.com. Just
the girls
kidding.
had great outfits too, but you just can't. Hey, can I get a picture of you? I just can't do it.
Speaking of ladies who watch the show, we have a birthday we want to announce. It's Roz, who, if you ever watched Quarantine Classics, our show during lockdown, we had Plunkets, and she had one of the most memorable ones. Joe, do you have that handy?
Yeah, she was in the top 3 for Plunkets every single year.
And this was at a Renaissance festival, which is, I think, in keeping with our fantasy theme tonight.
Well, she got her photo taken with a centaur, but she said that the photo was framed as such that you couldn't see the centaur part of it. You just see her with a shirtless guy.
A little bit of the horse, but yeah.
We got to do a Plunkets episode coming up here. We probably got some new Plunkets to show.
Happy birthday to Roz. And Joe, here's another gift that was given to us at the Bill Mancuso, who has done so many great things for us. He made a Saturday morning cartoons like action figure for us. He had this huge box, and he goes, I want to present this with you for you. Maybe you can use it in your booth. He gave us a buffet dangler. So if you've watched the Pizza Hut training videos, there's a buffet dangler for Star Wars. He made one for us. Do you have it?
We hung it up. It's dangling. I have it dangling over there in the corner of the room. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, look at it. It's a 3-sided dangler.
Those
look
are
at
all
that dangle.
tapes from our collection.
Yep.
Here's what we just watched, Jeff Bird.
There's Jeff Bird's.
Wowzer.
Action speaks louder than demonstrations. Look at that. The dude is insanely talented.
He even put VCR After Party on there and then put canceled. So, like, all the shows were represented. That was dangling at our booth all weekend.
And it's dangling right over there now, too. So, yeah.
Got our own buffet dangler.
Yeah, finally.
Hey, I wanted to point out as well that we have some new merch that Josh from Lunch Meat made. I think I pitched this last time on the show, but we finally got him out. I was watching an episode of Press Your Luck, and one of the prizes, which I think went for like $1,200 cash value, was a video recorder. And so you can see here, it was that's the prize that you would win on Press Your Luck. And we now have it on shirts and patches and I think a hat. And mouse pads.
Finally. Those will fly off the shelf.
Yeah, mouse pads and I think a laptop sleeve. So
that's good because my mouse pad is really just worn out. It's completely worn out.
Mine is completely threadbare.
I have one more nice thing. Just a quick announcement about this. So, Todd, Talking Squirrels, what are we on? Season 3 of Talking Squirrels?
I don't think any episodes aired, but we've been pursuing it for 3 years.
The way Talking Squirrels works is you still count the seasons, even if shows don't air. So we're on season 3 of Talking Squirrels.
Okay.
We had one episode, I think, 2 years ago. And then season 2 happened with no episodes. Now we're on to season 3. I got an email out of the blue from Dave Hawkins, the host and producer of Talking Squirrels. And look at this. I got this. This showed up. First piece, Talking Squirrels. And so that first popped up on my phone. This is while I'm at VHS Fest. Then a couple minutes later, Talking Squirrels Bits. I got another email. And then Morgan News, second try on Talking Squirrel Bits.
Okay, right. First one didn't go through.
Yep. So trying again, sending Talking Squirrel vids. So then I get this one. Don't forget about this.
Okay.
And then after that said, you will be getting lots of these. So
what
then, so I got Talking Squirrel video 3. Then I got 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
I'm not sure what happened to 7 and 8.
Volcano of emails.
It's like unclogging a grease
a chicken tube.
Thing.
Yeah.
Tube.
7, 8. I don't know.
Pouring out.
I don't know what happened to 7 and 8, and I'm worried about 13, 14, and 15. But at the end of the day, I did get a bonus clip. So I haven't looked at them yet.
Ooh.
I'm going to cut something together. Hopefully next week we'll see how the footage is. But Talking Squirrels season 3 coming at you
when it rains and pours
here on VCR Party Live.
That's nice things, everybody.
Did you beat the What Are We on that, Steve?
It was so close.
Yeah.
It was so close. I was over in the private chat, and then I had to move over. It was nerve-wracking.
Here's something I look forward to every year. It's VCR Smarty, our annual game show that tests your VCR Party knowledge. You can play along at home. There's always some punishment involved. And George, you're prepping this for next week, yeah?
It's going to be amazing. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to remember a lot, but you're going to forget even more.
Are we going to have Phone a Bazinga?
Yeah, I think we should be Photoshop Go Optical. But...
Oh,
Okay.
photo. Yeah, a Shop Go Optical.
Well, I can't. I'm banned, but...
No, I think you're allowed back. But
Oh,
you could also call French's. Tammy at French's. Was that the
Cormac?
Oh,
yeah.
Perceptive. Also, for our bonus episode, EP mode, we're going to be watching The Art of Touch. That was the Kama Sutra style Zen breathing video, and it's pretty weird. The editing's one thing I couldn't show in the short clip I showed was how weird the editing is. So we'll be able to experience that together. We'll be watching that in full on Thursday.
Is there nudity in that?
No nudity.
Oh, okay.
Just a guy in a King Kong Bundy sort of onesie thing. So yeah,
That sounds cool. Also, the raffle. I set a date for the Rocks Winning Workout Without Weights T-shirt that comes with a stain that's pre-stained. Czar is going to sign this, and we are raffling it off. We got way more raffles than I thought we would get on this. So, but it's still not a ton. So your odds are still pretty good. Yes, exactly. And so yeah, Czar's going to sign the stain here and send it to. You have to say, you have to address it this way: toss me in the hopper for the sweat stained tank top replica for Rocks Winning Workout Without Weights, probably signed by Czar on the sweat stain sweepstakes. And then you saw the address before. So yes, and then we're gonna raffle it off August 13th. So we have a couple weeks. There it is. Yeah, so we have a couple weeks. Get it out, and you have a good chance of winning it.
I think that's all I got. Anything else? I want to go out on another rendition of the NeverEnding Story song. It's been in my head since Tammy announced she would do our show. This one comes from Dance Dance Revolution, the PlayStation 2 game. You could actually dance along to the dance remix of this. So hope everyone does that at home. But until next week's exciting VCR Smarty episode, we'll see you down the road to Clowndom.
And if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Please Google ZPF Kickstarter and support the Melindas that support us. It works, is the point.
Big brown bug, bit of big black bear.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
In 8.
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio. Have a good day.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that. Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy.
Thank you very much for being here, and God bless you very much.
Nice, nice.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.